In this video, I'm going to demo how to move a work item or a task from one Jira project to another. So I want to move this task from this Jira project to my NPD demo project. There are a few things that you want to keep in mind when you're moving a task from one Jira project to another. The first is you want to know what key or how you're going to find the tasks that you want to move from one project to another. In this circumstance, I want to move this MKT-7 key and Jira task from this project to another, and so I'm going to use this unique identifier in this Jira key to do so. The way that you're going to do it is, so now I know I want to move MKT, and I'm going to go to Issues. Under Issues, I'm going to make sure I'm toggled under JQL because I want to make sure that I am able to filter on that MKT-7 task that I am looking to move. And you want to make sure that you are under List View. I always like List View. You might be under Detail View, but if you want to move to List View, go ahead and do that now by using this icon in the top right-hand corner. Now I'm going to update my QL expression. So project equals MKT, and I'm going to say key equals MKT-7. And then I'll hit enter, and now you can see the task that pops up is just this one. You can move more than one task at once from one project to another in Jira, but in this example, I'm only going to do the one. If you wanted to do multiple, then you would want to query on all of the items that you want to move from one project to another. In this circumstance, I just want to move this one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this over here. I'm going to go to the top right-hand corner where it says More Actions. And then I'm going to select Bulk Change Issues. If you do not see Bulk Change Issues, that means you do not have the permission to make bulk changes, in which case, and you want to move this issue from one Jira project to another, contact your Jira administrator. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit Bulk Change Issues. And I am going to select that I want to move the MKT-7. Again, this is where you can select or deselect the items that you do or don't want to move over from one project to another. Then I'm going to hit Next. And you would think you would want to select Add Issues, but you actually want to select Move Issues. This is where you can move issues from one project to another, or you can change the issue type. All right, so you get this disclaimer here that says some issues will lose the relationship with their parent. And it says, basically, if I come back to this marketing project and I go back to my board, you'll see that this MKT-7 goes under this demo features task here. So it'll basically, this disclaimer is saying that it will lose this parent connection. It will no longer be linked and underneath this Epic here to demo features. And so it's just giving you the warning that it will lose that relationship. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is some projects have different fields than other projects. And so if you have a bunch of information in fields, the MKT-7 task, the task that you're moving, and those fields don't exist in the project that you're moving it to. So say, for example, you had the customer field in this task. If you were to move it to the NPD demo project and that NPD demo project did not have a customer field, that data would be erased and gone and scattered to the wind. And so when you move tasks from one project to another, it's very important to make sure that you understand what information is being logged on that task and whether or not there's a place for that information in the destination project. If you're not sure whether or not those exist, contact your Jira administrator and they will be able to help you through this. All right, and so we are going to move issues. So we're going to hit Next. And here is where you can choose the projects. I want to move this task from the marketing project to the NPD demo project. And I can choose to keep it as a task, or if I wanted, I can choose a different type of issue type in the other project. And so again, this is how you can change what project, and this is how you can change the issue type, or the now new terminology for Jira's work item. I'm going to leave this as a task because I only want to demo moving something from one project to another. Okay, so once I've selected the to project and it's moving from marketing, I'm going to hit next. And here you can choose to send an email for this update. I don't want to spam everyone, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hit next. And then it's going to ask you to confirm that you do in fact want to make these changes, that it's going to go to the NPD demo project and it's going to be a task issue type. You're going to hit confirm. And it's going to migrate and process your changes. And now it is 100% complete. We can click that as done. And now if I hit refresh on this marketing Kanban board, you will see that that task is no longer there. So let's go over to the NPD demo project. And let's go to the Kanban board. Here you can see demo features. Look, it still has the MKT-10 as the epic there, but now it's under the NPD-17. So very interesting that it kept the epic and then it's pulling it into this Kanban board from the other project, but now you can see that this task does belong under the NPD demos, and if you wanted to align the epic or the parent with something from the NPD project, you could do so by updating this field. But I actually want to move this back to the NPD project, so let me show you how to do that one more time. So again, this is now NPD-17. I want to move it back to the marketing project. I'm going to go to issues. Under JQL, I'm going to type key equals NPD-17. There it is. I'm going to hit the ellipses icon and go to bulk changes. I'm going to select this because I do want to make changes to this and move it back to the marketing project. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to select move. And now I'm going to move it back to the marketing project. I'm going to select next. And next. I'm going to select confirm that I do want to make these changes. It's processing my changes. Now I can close this out. And I'm going to go back to the marketing Kanban board. And as you can see, demo moving a work item from one Jira project to another is now back under the marketing project as MKT-8. So it's no longer the MKT-7 that it was when we started this video, because it essentially gave it a new unique identifier. So what we're going to do is we're going to click and drag this to done. And that is how you move a work item or a task from one Jira project to another.